Welcome back. You're watching Power Breakfast on CNBC-TV18. Well, we've spoken about the overnight cues, big ones at that. So how will these overnight cues impact our own markets? We have our research team joining in to tell you just that. The trade setup, the stocks that are likely to be in the news, and the action from the F&O space as well. Hey guys, a very good morning to all of you. Vivek, coming up to you first up. What is the market setup looking like today?
Well, good morning. The kind of hawkish sentiment that we've seen as far as the Fed is concerned has led to a bit of risk-off sentiment across global markets. So US markets ended in the red yesterday's trading session. European markets too ended in significantly off the day's high, and again they also ended in the red. Now coming closer to some of the key points as far as the Indian markets are concerned, you have to have a look at crude oil prices. Crude oil prices have bounced quite significantly off the recent lows. Yesterday, Brent futures went up a little over 2.5%, and WTI futures too ended at almost $2 higher at the $77 per barrel mark. Now, this was on the back of the fact that the IEA, the International Energy Agency, has actually forecasted a better demand outlook as far as 2023 is concerned. Now, coming closer to the Indian markets, Indian markets yesterday ended with minor gains, and the Nifty bank continued its strength, ended at a record high for the second session running, and the mid-cap index actually outperformed. Now, it's going to be interesting to see, given the large amount of news flow that we have today, and also on the back of the weak handover that we are seeing, both Asian markets are drifting lower, and SGX Nifty 2 is indicating a gap-down opening. Whether this particular strength can be sustained, or we see, risk-off even across the Indian markets in today's trading session.
All right, okay. That is the update as far as market cues are concerned. Vivek, thank you for that. Surbhi is joining us now. She'll list out all the stocks that will be in focus today as well. Surbhi?
Hi, thanks for that. So I have a few stocks on my radar this morning. The first one is Sapphire Foods, where the promoter and a shareholder are looking to sell nearly 11.5% stake in the company. Promoters Sapphire Foods Mauritius and Sagista Realty Advisors are looking to sell 40 lakh shares and 1.5 lakh shares respectively. And WWD, a Ruby, a foreign investor, will sell 32 lakh shares, representing nearly 5% stake in the company by December 21st. Next is Poonawalla FinCorp, where the company announces sale of its housing subsidiary to TPG for 3,900 crores. IRCTC, the government is looking to sell 2.5% stake at rupees 680 per share, with an option to additionally offload another 2.5% stake. Power Grid, where the board has approved investment for transmission system in Rajasthan at an estimated cost of nearly 331 crores. Glenmark and JB Chemicals, where Glenmark Pharmaceuticals is going to divest its cardiac brand Razel in India and Nepal to JB Chemicals for a consideration of nearly 315 crores. And lastly, Torrent Pharmaceuticals, where it enters into a co-marketing partnership with Boehringer Ingelheim India to co-market its antibiotic drug and fixed dose combinations in India.
Surbhi, thank you so much for joining us with all those details. Those will be the stocks in focus today. Finally, let me go across to Manglam joining in with all the cues from the F&O space. Hey, Manglam.
Good morning. So, I'm looking at all the cues that are coming in from the F&O space, and that's telling you that yesterday, while the markets ended higher, they ended off highs. So that is something that we'll have to watch out for. At the same time, the SGX Nifty ahead of the Fed, after the Fed meet outcome, is indicating that the start could be lower by almost 50 odd points. No problems with the cash market. The second day running, we saw both the FIs and the DIIs end up on the buying side. 1,100 crores with the net institutional flow in the cash market. But in index futures, remember during the midday, the Nifty futures premium was over 100 points. But that's now come down to around 87 points. And that's telling you that there was selling in index futures. The FIs sold about 650 crores. That was mostly, some short additions and mild long unwinding. Most of the short additions have actually taken place on the Nifty bank itself. It is weekly options expiry today, so we'll have to watch out for that. The FII longs have slipped mildly from 61% to around 59 odd percent. And ahead of the weekly options expiry, the FIs have actually unwound short put. So that's telling you that the downside risk opens up. At the same time, they've unwound long calls. So they're saying that maybe they have booked some profits on the way up itself. 18,700. Usually on weekly options expiry days, you look at one strike price with both the call as well as the put together. 18,700 seems to be that. 18,700 call and put have been equally active for a premium of almost 110 odd rupees. The straddle writers of 18,700 are eyeing a range of 18,590 to around 18,810, and that's where the SGX Nifty indicates that we are likely to open. So will this opening dip be bought into or not is something that we'll be watching out for. Were we to fall lower, 18,600 put has seen a fair amount of writing for a premium of 30 odd rupees as well. So 18,570 would be an important support to watch out for. Another important support at the lower level would be the 20-day moving average, 18,527. But yesterday's high of 18,696, very close to the 18,700 mark, will be an important resistance to watch out for too.
Okay, we'll watch out for those levels. Thank you, Mangalam, for joining us and telling us all about the F&O cues. We spoke about equity markets, the market cues.